Alright. What's up, people? It's your boy Dark. We here, we alive. Streaming a little later than I wanted to on a Wednesday, but that's just how it fucking is. It's kind of interesting. And given that it's maybe going to thunder tomorrow, I don't know when. But I figure I say fuck it. And we do a little bit of Act 2 of Counterside Now. Excuse me. In fact, let me take a look and see what this thing's saying on my radar here. That reminds me, the thing should have been sent out by now. Looks like it's gonna be Friday. Okay, that's fine by me. Anyway, with that, like I said, I felt like working a little bit on Act 2 of Episode 15 today, where we have Albino Dash. And we'll continue seeing how the Promised Land story here is going. You, pure as a doll. Me, pale as a doll. On the day we became two from one, I confined you in a paradise without night. So this is Thorgren's heart. I guess that makes sense. How about over there? Do you see even a single person? I can't see anyone either. What the fuck? Okay. I was not expecting that as the weapon. It's my first time coming here this early in the morning. What is it? Something pitch black just fell over there. Pitch black, huh? This is just a tree branch. A tree branch? And it's cut clean. Like someone cut it on purpose. Which means... I'm sorry, did a falling branch hurt you? Why are you climbing a tree? Every morning I come out here to trim the branches. You were trimming branches? They'll just grow back tomorrow anyway. What's the point of doing something like that? Because I wanted to see which branches I should cut and which I should leave for the sunlight beneath the trees to sparkle most beautifully. Huh. So in this grand paradise, I can even bring the dead back to life. I wondered what kind of scheme you were plotting. And it turns out you've just been playing trivial games like that all day? Every day? Is it trivial? But trimming branches has become part of my daily life now. Capturing the most perfect midday sunlight is not such a simple thing. Adora, was it really you who created the Promised Land? Yes. I modeled it after the scenery of my hometown, where I lived before coming to Elysian. It was a country called a palace. And a palace, founded after the fall of Avalon. And a palace? Elysia, do you know where that is? I don't know much about that place, but in Elysian, believers who came from a foreign land called Anapalis were persecuted as heretics. They said those people would stop at nothing to escape the destiny set for them. My sister was like that too. She tried to sacrifice many lives to change the destiny I was born with, and in the end she failed. The price of that failure was becoming a test subject for the mental printing technology being researched by Elysium Philharmonic. Is that why? Did Thorgran decide to become a monster that destroys the world because of the hatred from back then? The hatred I felt when I saw my sister trapped inside the cold experiment chamber was certainly enough to turn someone into a monster. But hatred is a flame that burns the heart as it blazes. And it seems my heart was not strong enough to endure that fierce flame. That day, I stained my hands with human blood, a great deal of it. The heart that had been burning so fiercely turned into ashes before the scattering corpses lying everywhere. What came after my revenge was not guilt or regret, but the feeling of falling endlessly into a bottomless pit. Because I realized the only world I had left to stand on was that thing floating inside the experiment chamber with my sister's name on it. Before my sister left me behind, she told me something. That I was destined to become a demon lord, and that she would save me from that destiny no matter what sacrifice it took. And that, to do so, she first had to find something called the white frost flower. But my sister didn't succeed, and she returned to me like that. With a heart reduced to ashes, the only thing left for me to choose. Instead of accepting my fate, there's only one thing left for me to choose, instead of accepting my fate. The sight from that day. I'll show it to you as well. What? When did you get right in front of me? Miss Leia! When she reached out her hand, a vast darkness suddenly swallowed my vision. Oh, so we're doing the whole I share memories thing. When the light returned to my sight, a girl stood there, surrounded by a horrific scene. Before I could even speak to her, the girl swung the weapon she held. That girl split herself in half. I'm sorry, what? But no blood flowed. She remained conscious. Amidst that unnatural flow of events, the girl belatedly realized that someone was standing beside her. Rather than suddenly appearing, it felt as though they had always been there. That familiar gaze. Perhaps it had been watching over the girl since before everything began. At the end of your hardship, have you decided to give up on life? Everything should have a reason, but I have no reason. If I keep living, I will only harm more people. If I stop here, then all the pain I would face in the future will end here as well. Will it really? The person in the picture. Who is it? Oh, it's Dash. Yeah, it's Dash. This is you. More precisely, you from another world. Me? From another world? Adora, you believe the world you lived in was a single tree, but in truth it is nothing more than a single branch. But as you know, trees grow endless new branches. Over time, those branches sprout twigs called history and bloom flowers called fate. Of course, the flowers that bloom on each branch are the same, because they all come from the same tree. The same flower? Then, what will happen to that person who looks like me? She will lose someone precious to her. Someone she followed like an older sister, and fall into despair, becoming a demon lord. Because that is her fate. That's truly horrible. Even if you die, your flower will wither, but it will bloom again on another branch. With the same appearance and the same scent, same fate. Even so, what could I possibly do? Cut the branches with your own hands. Each time a branch grows, break it before its flower can bloom. If you cut away every branch like that, then the self that suffers under that fate will also disappear. Are you telling me to destroy other worlds? You say something so enormous as if we're so simple. I will give you the power to do it. How you use that power will be up to you. If you can grant such power, then who are you? Are you a being greater than the fairies or the golden tree? Ah, of course it's fucking Tamil. My name is Tamil. The one sprouted from the very first branch. The first Demon Lord. What was that just now? What did I just see? All you saw was the final memory of the girl before she became a Demon Lord. And the reason why Demon Lord Thuragon seeks to destroy your world. Yeah, well, Dash is already dead, so... The wishes of the Promised Land's residents come true. To hinder that is to defy the Golden Tree's decree. But there is no cause for alarm. Even going against the flow may still be a path that leads to fate. One created by wish. Okay. Interesting. Well, we'll start by you, and then I think I'll do this one this time. We'll go with Moneybags, then we'll go with... I want a healer, though. And let's see. Who else? Who else? Yeah, you might not be a bad choice. Maybe someone I haven't used in a little bit. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. Karen Wong. The buttons fly. I love it. Anyway. Thinking maybe I should switch these two around. Alright. Oh yeah, right, ship. Enterprise, fuck it. Okay. To stop her own fate, she decided to break every branch. And she made that decision knowing exactly what it meant. It means the end of every world. Already, countless worlds have disappeared by Thuragon's hand. We've come too far too far to judge it by the standards of understanding. If that's the reason to destroy the world, then why bother reviving the dead golden tree? Golden tree. Possibilities. I believe she intends to gather the possibilities of other worlds through the golden tree and use them. If I'm mistaken, please correct me. You're not wrong, Ecclesia. The purpose of the Promised Land is to collect the possibilities left behind in the worlds destroyed by Demon Lord Thuragon. And this place was built entirely by my own will, upon the ruins of a ruined world. Then why is it called the Promised Land and grants people's wishes? Why give hope to the residents, while trampling the possibilities of other worlds? Truth and happiness appear to shine in like the same light. But in truth, they are a pair that cannot coexist. If you had not taken interest in the truth, you would still be enjoying happiness in this Promised Land even now. But now that you know the truth, you can no longer return to the happiness you once had. Not for a single moment. I never wished for a happiness that requires sacrifice. Do you truly believe that? That happiness can be attained without anyone's sacrifice? Of course. Oh, is she starting to remember? Our tuning is our way to stop the apocalypse. Is that why? You sacrifice people against their will? Did you do that to my sister too? To save the world? A broken string must be replaced for the next movement. Much like how experiments require new resources. Her Eminence is aware of all this, but she has nothing to stop us. That scene just now? So this is where you were, Adora. You've come. I've been waiting. This is... Adora's wish. Resent me for being left with no choice but this. I don't resent you. Not now, not ever. Stop! She fired a fucking laser, didn't she? Who are you? This can't be. You blocked that with a single sword. Answer me. Who are you and why do you interfere with me? Stop the killing. Stopping the killing before my eyes is only natural. If she lives, the world will fall into ruin. To allow one holding a spark to walk into the forest is no different from committing a sin. Even if killing one could prevent countless deaths, will you still stop me? Then standing by and allowing a killing would also be a sin. No matter what you say, my answer remains the same. Then you are my enemy. Right. Of course there's no way those two can ever talk this out. Come on! Yeah, you have two stupidly stubborn people. Alright, I'm just gonna let the auto play and let me see how this goes. And we'll deploy the healer just in case. Of course, every other shot is melting. Missing. Why am I not surprised? Come on, money. Oh shit. Okay, I was not expecting her to deploy that within 30 seconds. Come on, moneybags. Yeah, moneybags did the thing. And now I have the one out here who can increase skill shit. Let's go. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Now maybe we can deploy the other people before she dies, but I think between Moneybags and Eye Patch Lady. Oh, okay, well you're deployed now, cool. Surprised Moneybags is still alive. Well, this should be ending shortly, given everything that's happening. And that is game. My weapon shattered in a single strike? That's enough. Miss Leah! She's seriously, insanely strong. No! I'm sorry, Adora. I should have made the decision sooner, but I came too late. The sun is not set yet. It's not too late. Not this time either. The sun? Come to think of it, last time it was around this time as well. Ugh! Good morning, Leia. Mom? This is home. I'm sure I had died, but when I opened my eyes, I was here. In the Promised Land, the beginning and end of everything meets and repeats in the cycle. Life and death are no exception. So after a day passes, death and everything else are simply undone? The only exception is that we all remember that today and the next day are different days. Because everyone has a wish that they don't want to forget. A wish. If I were to leave the Promised Land right now, what would happen? No matter where you go, once today ends, you'll wake up here again. Because you're also a resident of the Promised Land. Even if my wish is to escape the Promised Land? That is something you must ask yourself. Leia, do you truly wish to leave this place? Lid. Open! Is that not it? Lit. Open. Lip? Please open! The spell is correct. Miss Clara? But my friend only recognizes my voice. You were listening to all that? Yes, it looked fun. I'm embarrassed and sorry. I came all this way here alone because I wanted to prepare a weapon as quickly as possible. You need another weapon? And maybe more after that? Well, I do hope this will be the last time. I'll lend you one, as many times as you need. Really? But in return, I want to come with you. I don't think that's a very good idea. Why? It won't be a pleasant sight for you. Using weapons means someone will get hurt. If no one gets hurt, you can't get what you want, Miss Leia? If things can be settled with words, that would be best, but sometimes it's not possible. Especially when you're trying to stop someone whose wish is to die. Are you really okay with it? Yes. It's good for wishes to come true, but dying isn't good. I want to help so that person doesn't die either. When we return, she'll probably be in the same place again this time. Yeah, as if nothing happened. She'll probably be trimming branches again. They say there's no death in the Promised Land, yet her death felt different. Different? You mean there's something different from how we die and come back? Whenever that woman who resembles me appears to kill Adora, the sun's always setting. And after witnessing her death, it's morning again. So Adora's death might be connected to the day repeating? I can't say for certain. It seems worth confirming ourselves. Yeah. Thinking back, there's enough evidence. If Adora is the one who created the Promised Land, she must also be the one who designed it to repeat every day. She may have linked the end of the day to her own death. That would explain why the residents of the Promised Land have never seen night. Adora is another name of the Promised Land itself. Could it be that there's a reason night must never come for her? Who knows? Maybe she's just terribly afraid of the dark, or maybe when it does turn to night, she turns to the Thorogron. Whatever the reason, if we stop her from dying and end the cycle, I'll try as many times as it takes. There's only one reason outsiders arrived here. Because the Promised Land wished it so. If we succeed, then maybe we'll be able to leave the Promised Land and return to reality. Maybe. A slingshot is drawn back while aiming at the target. Now we're making the slingshot reference to the fucking, time bullshit again. Oh, Momo. You sure sleep in. I've been waiting a while. Huh? Ah! I didn't do anything to startle you. Well, it's because you look vicious. Rude, says the one with horns. What did you do to me, and what is this place? This is a prison. For now, I did steal you away. I can't exactly let you run loose wherever you want. I hate prisons! Let me out! And if I refuse... Actually, you aren't trapped here. You can leave this place whenever you want. As long as you accept that you're a part of me. What are you talking about? There's no way I could be the same as you! You're a demon lord, aren't you? I am a demon lord. But I didn't laugh when hurting people like you do! That flesh. Avalon's little queen was born fated to die young. But to save her soul, a demon fused part of me into her and twisted that fate. The demon is a fake. I never seen such a thing. No, you know that demon better than anyone. In the world you are in, that demon goes by the name Gremory. You are a fragment of a demon lord, trapped inside the body of a girl who was supposed to die. That demon used us. That can't be. Gremory didn't use me. She's my loyal servant. You're not a demon. You're not a demon lord. You're a queen. Well, call yourself whatever you want. That can't... What that demon wants is the little queen, not you. But without you, the little queen, with only half a soul, can never awaken. And when that time comes, do you think the demon will want you? Or the fragment you are that lives in the little majesty? Silence! I don't want to hear that. Not from you! You really are weak. But don't worry. Even if they don't want you, we need you. Phew. For something that's supposedly closed the Grand Dimensional Crevice, COs are still pouring out non-stop. What Seraphis power sealed off was only one of the 6 Grand Dimensional Crevices. The remaining 5 Grand Dimensional Crevices are still firing up the reservoir called the World, filling up the reservoir called the World with imaginary energy like broken faucets. What happens once that reservoir fills up? This reality will turn to the same environment as the counterside. The best the administration and the rest of the forces can do is slow down that progress by pulling out the embedded corrupt wedges. While we wait for Team Moon to safely complete their mission. It's been 4 hours since they departed from our reality. So for fucking crap, my throat. Hold on. Okay. So for Team Moon, that means about 10 days will have passed by now. 10 days. Time really flies. That's relative, right? Yep. By the time Hyde gets back, she might actually grow another handspan taller. As far as I know, Master's already past her growing years. Though if the magic of relativity could reopen closed growing plates, there's a chance. Sion. All this radio chatter is being recorded. And Sion is exactly the kind of person who'd use this as leverage to threaten you. When that happens, I'll be counting on you to help explain things, Veska. Sure. I just need to buy some chocolate snacks and calm her down, right? Hyde would definitely like sweets. For your own safety, Veska, I think this is one ordeal I better endure alone. We already know what she does with chocolate. That's enough of the pointless joking. Reports of disasters believed to be caused by structure corruption have been coming from all over just now. The reports are probably saying buildings are starting to move on their own, something like that. That sounds like something far beyond what mere exposure to a corruption ray would cause, doesn't it? The corruption ray of inorganic matter into COs is one of the representative cases observed in the counterside. It's the clearest sign yet that reality is turning into the counterside. So it's really right up in our faces now. The end of the world. What can we do?
Keep killing!
Even if the world ends tomorrow, our duty today is to cut down one more CO. Basically simple, kill them all. Johann, how's the well coming along? There are a few close calls, but thanks to all of you, it's progressing well. At this rate, I think we'll finish ahead of schedule. Because you're a genius? That's not wrong, but Handam's help has been huge too. I was worried at first we wouldn't be able to communicate, as is often the case with scholars, but he understood everything right away. Isn't it amazing? There's actually someone who understands you. But there isn't much time left for days like that now. Once the Great Well is complete, they'll be making a jump into the very distant past. And once the tunnel connecting to the present closes, our memories and traces of having met these people will vanish as if it never even happened. Even so, isn't that fine? Even if we can't remember, the future will still remain there unchanged. Sometimes you say things that are even harder to understand than mine. Ha! Than me, you mean? We finished all preparations for operations without issue. I offer my gratitude to Johann and all personnel of the administration's technical department. Thanks to you, this has been a valuable experience. Or that's what I'd like to say, but if the memory's going to disappear anyway, I'm not sure what words would be best. Do you know what dragon blood is? Roughly. When I was little, my aunt once held my fortune read, and said I wasn't fated to live a long life. Since I know what kind of power Johann's dragon blood contains, that's probably why. Even so, your heart hasn't changed? Well, I am a technician too. I'm not the type to give up just because others say it can't be done. Even if what awaits at the end is purgatory. I never say the path we walked together wasn't precious. I see. Observing the well's entrance from the time axis coordinates estimated to be 20 years apart. Using the charged imaginary energy, we are connecting the dimensional tunnel. According to theory, this amplification tunnel links the past and present and future, and will become a reservoir for quaffle energy, raising the well's overload limit to infinity. And with that infinity energy, we'll be able to open a hyper-wide tunnel and travel not 20 years into the past, but to primordial times. Then that means you'll be able to reach the world where Demon Lord Thurigron stopped time long ago. We'll join you as well and assist in subjugating with everything we have. Now, the moment we open the hyper-wide tunnel, you must sever the connection. Why? If we do that, if we open a hyper-wide tunnel while two timelines remain connected, we'll be opening a path into the past for the Demon Lord. We came here to save the future, not sacrifice the past. Will you truly be alright without us? Don't worry. There are those in the future as well who have mastered Dragon Blood. I understand what you mean, Master. Bi-directional amplification tunnel connected. Connection confirmed. Great Well entry path activated. The amplification tunnel linking the past and the future will close in 1 hour. The hyper-wide tunnel will connect to the reality you came from the moment amplification tunnel closes. As long as the hyper-wide tunnel continues receiving a constant supply of imaginary energy like it is now, It should be able to remain open permanently, but it doesn't matter how long the tunnel can last. Before that, reality itself will be swallowed by the imaginary energy. I thought as much. If enough imaginary energy is being supplied to the well you arrived in, then that means an enormous amount of Kawaffle is pouring into reality. Safe travels, Fenrir Squad. Please take care of the future. Yeah, leave the future to us. The past... no, the present belongs to you now. Before we open the Hyperwife Tunnel, we'll return to reality. What is it? You're saying multiple dimensional rifts have been detected in the amplification tunnel? This presence. Everyone get away from the well! The energy circulation is amplifying and the amplification tunnel's been completely cut off. Could it be... was the well on the other side destroyed? If the tunnel linking one time to another has collapsed, we wouldn't still be here unharmed. It seems something is physically blocking the tunnel itself. Oh! Something just burst out of the well! What is that? It doesn't look human! A doll? Something like that was inside the tunnel? So this is Thurgon's doing. I was wondering why things have been so quiet for a while. Outside reality, even a demon lord is not restricted in power. That's probably why she's targeted the passageway between dimensions. And does that mean her way back is blocked too? What do we do now? First, let's clear those things out. Then we'll discuss it. Interesting. For a doll, its strings are its heart. The puppeteer's heart is the doll's heart. Oh yeah, I forgot to see what the fuck I was fighting. Just Thurgon's dolls and the strikers. Got it. You know, I kinda forgot about this. Excuse me, goddamn. Considering I have more than enough of this shit. Now... come on. It looks like you're gonna make me do... yep, of course. Alright. That's fine. Okay, now that's completo. Fuck it. Should probably change these things around too, now that I'm really thinking about it. We want... there we go, cooldown. We want to cool down. There we go. Now for you. There we go. Alright. Noel is completo. And then... I might as well do this. Alright, need another striker. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be Sigma. And then I need... let's use Dash and you. Super Noel, maybe. And... I think we'll use you, Felix. Alright. Oh, yeah, right. Ship. I keep fucking forgetting. They want a ship involved. Alright, get him. Oh, of course it's wave tactics, so why am I not surprised? Go, Sigma! Go! Beat the shit out of them, my daughter. Oh, this is gonna be simple. I don't even need my wave of all snipers and shit. I didn't even need to bring out Dash. All I needed was Sigma. Did you just say the connection failed? Yeah, the energy circulation in the amplification tunnel is completely stopped. If the tunnel's blocked, then does it mean someone got lodged in the middle? Something? We just sent a detection drone. It's picking up high-density energy, spreading from the tunnel's middle point. It looks like the tunnel's being interfered with from the outside. Then the other side must be having trouble too. Could it be stray COs? Probably not. Dimensional pressure isn't something you can just punch through somewhere that isn't an entry point. If something big enough to block the tunnel appeared, we can assume there's deliberate intent behind it. Theragron. She has the roots of the golden tree that could cross anywhere, and she has every reason to interfere with you. With the flow of imaginary energy meant to connect the past and present cut off, the output's dropping. At this rate, the tunnel's connection itself won't last much longer. What happens to the people in the past if the tunnel's severed? They'll either be erased because they can't withstand the phase difference, or if they endure it, they'll be flung into imaginary space. To solve this, we need to inject enough additional energy to expand the tunnel enough to relieve the bottleneck. That's impossible! How are we supposed to secure more energy than we already have? I can do it. Huh? Miss Shinjan? We just increased the numbers of Atorium filters connected to the well by 10-fold, and expand the amplification tunnel. That should solve the problem. It would take months just to double them. You're saying it's possible? Yes, it's not that difficult. And you're not going to mention that using the fairy's power so recklessly will destroy your mind. It's okay. Oh no. My cute Sinja. You're going to blow up your mind doing this. No. If someone who wanted to protect the world had this power, anyone would do the same. Right, boss? That would solve the immediate bottleneck. But no matter how many times we expand the tunnel for Thoragron, it would only mean sending in many more of her forces. And if this turns into a war of attrition, that overwhelmingly favors her since our numbers are limited. But we have one card Thoragron doesn't. And I would like to stake everything on that possibility. Something Thoragron doesn't have? Irene. Yes? If we go find the coffin of Thoragron from 20 years ago, your panorama would be prepared there, wouldn't it? That's true, but didn't you say the past and the present can't interfere with each other because of the rules? Then wouldn't breaking it now be pointless? I'm not suggesting we destroy it. I'm saying we retrieve it and make use of it. As a medium to expand the amplification tunnel. Using panorama on the amplification tunnel? Certainly. If the mirror can be used on both ends of the passage as its subjects, then we could duplicate the amplification tunnel over and over. And if the amplification tunnel keeps multiplying, then no matter how vast the Demon Lord armies is, it won't be able to block it. Then how are we supposed to get that panorama? We have no way to contact Team Moon and tell them they need it. 20 paces behind the well. Huh? Would you dig into the ground about there? This is a recorder. The design feels really analog. This is Hyde, I mean Team Moon. A transmission, but the signal should be able to get through. How is this happening? Just as the Administrator feared, Thorogon is interfering. So we were forced to use the artifact we kept in reserve. That's the time capsule Yinika had. The time capsule is a one-way transmission device that can't receive replies. The difference between it and an ordinary recorder is that, from the moment it is buried in the ground until someone observes it, it exists simultaneously across all time periods. So that means we can communicate freely with the past even without going through the well? That's insanely useful, isn't it? The problem is the limit on how many times it can be used. It may be possible to be observed in any time period, but the moment it is observed once, the possibility of it being observed in that time period is eliminated. In other words, keep in mind that both sides can only send a single message. We've currently completed and activated the Great Well, but the amplification tunnel's been blocked by one of Thorogon's tricks. Tell us how to respond and we'll follow you instructions from this side. It's all buried. If we really bury it in the ground like this, will Boss actually see it? It was his plan from the start. If they notice the abnormal reaction in the amplification tunnel from that side, they'll check. So the time really came to use that time capsule. Even when I first heard how it's used, I wonder why we brought such a troublesome artifact along. The one who told me about the time machine. That person probably knows Felix somehow. They smell familiar. We may be dancing in the palm of their hands. Huh? What was that? Nothing. Everyone, make sure your watches are fully stocked with Ethereum. No matter what decision Team Sun makes, we have to break through the dimensional tunnel ourselves. Perhaps. One who seeks to cut it all away. Interesting, you have one of these. Alright, so that's a whatever. We got defenders, we got rangers, and we got the strikers. Oh, okay. That makes it a little easier, kind of. Yeah, that one I can keep as is. As for you, cooldown, of course. Fuck it. Give me a cooldown. There you are. Give me a cooldown. And you're gonna get a cooldown, bitch. Okay. Alright, now then, since it's given me this, I'd say I need a sniper. Or two. And then... give me another striker. Probably Orca. Yeah, I think we'll go with Orca. Put you over here. Good enough for me. Alright, let's see what type of madness they got for me this time. So our objective is to find and destroy whatever's blocking the dimensional tunnel. In the end, this operation is direct breakthrough, then. Do you have any smarter idea? I'm more the type to use my body than my brain, so I leave better ideas to the others. Our primary objective is to retrieve the panorama. If we can't expand the tunnel with the mirror, driving out Thuragon's minions won't mean anything. She can produce as many colorless dolls as she wants. If the operation details were properly delivered, Team Moon will also deploy their main force to the dimensional tunnel. They'll pressure Thuragon's army stationed at the center of the tunnel from both sides. But isn't Team Moon's top priority to retrieve the panorama and from the coffin of Thuragon in the past? Master Mina and Noel, rather than splitting every one of your key forces, wouldn't it be better to leave securing the dimensional tunnel to us and move together as a group? There's no need to worry. The three of them will move together. Pardon? Then the key force you mentioned was... Even during the chaotic period caused by the administration failure, there was another force just as reliable as those three. That's right. Since things have turned out this way, I'll leave securing the amplification tunnel to you. Yes, please leave it to me. Are you sure you're okay to suddenly leave something this dangerous to Johann? You said that what's blocking the tunnel isn't a CO, but a Demon Lord's subordinates, right? There won't be a problem. Johann has been training all this time precisely to deal with enemies like them. Of course. I'm Master's top apprentice after all, so don't worry. The dimensional pressure this great well can withstand is approaching its critical point. If we can't remove what's blocking the passage, the dimensional tunnel will collapse soon. Please go without a worry. The hardships you face will also be something we must bear as well. And I'm counting on you. It's a dimensional ship! Yay! Over here! Over here! As you requested, we brought a means to reach the coffin of Thuragon in the shortest possible time. As if it had been prepared for this very day. There happened to be a ship available for immediate deployment. How convenient. We'll make haste as much as possible. Normally, high-speed navigation mode takes time to prepare. But since you're all highly resilient counters, I'll skip a few safety procedures. Everyone try not to breathe too deeply. Huh? The ship will arrive at the sector soon. Central sector soon. Do you see anything? Yes, Diana. I see it clearly. A massive curtain is blocking the passage, and dolls are pouring out in huge numbers from behind it. Its high-density coawful energy manifested in the form of a blackout curtain. That must be what your administration calls Thuragon's power. Be careful. The stage. The domain of the Sopranos under Thuragon's command. Be especially careful of the sound. By sound, do you mean the mental printing technology used by Elysian Philharmonic? Mental printing is only part of their experimentation, not a means for combat. But the musicians of Elysian know how to fight using instruments. Among them, Sopranos have their entire bodies modified into instruments themselves. What? Impact detected on the starboard side of the ship. Turbines 2 and 3 damaged. Thrust is failing. Emergency landing recommended. Direct energy attack. And a mere sound wave managed to hit a ship in midair. The range is long. It's powerful enough to tear through the ship's shield in an instant. This could be dangerous. If it's sea on, maybe you could deflect even that with your sword? I'll try, but don't expect too much. Landing successful. Rerouting all Ethereum drive power to the shields. Multiple hostile enemies detected. At 9 and 12 o'clock. They're approaching from all directions. Oh, fun. Oh, it really is a stage. Look at that. What the fuck? Okay, that deployed faster than I expected, but okay. And deploy! Thank you. Alright, well I think we're gonna do okay. Yeah, deploy Orca just for the hell of it. Get the attack boost. Go! Go, Orca, go! Wow, that was a lot easier than I expected. That was a lot easier than I expected. Jesus Christ. We just passed 1/4 point of the tunnel, Johann. The bottleneck isn't far now. Yeah. I can see it now. There's a huge monster guarding it. It looks like you already used about half of the Ethereum we prepared. Will you be alright? Considering the energy you need to go back. Don't worry. If we're just resolving the bottleneck... If we just resolve the bottleneck, I'll be automatically pushed back through the entrance I came out from, right? That's only if this operation succeeds. There's always the chance it won't. Johann, if our future depends on that one chance, then I'll stake everything on it. How could you be sure a future you never experience is more important than your life? The past may not be as precious as today, but the future is tomorrow's today. I want to protect a today I've never seen. I'm sure a view more precious than yesterday is waiting there. I won't say anything obvious. Go see it. The view you want to see. The signal's weakening. Comms will be cut off soon. Thank you. I'm heading out now. Oh, that finally clears them out. Those broken tin cans. We barely cleared them out last time we were here, and they gave us a real hard time being all up and moving again. It couldn't be helped. Last time was the future, this is the past. You're not hiding. Huh? I didn't expect you to make it this far. Swan. I thought I was quietly hiding in a gap between the Quaffle to avoid the exile hunters. What should we do? Do we have to fight after all? I have no intention of eliminating you. Even if I banish an apostle who isn't in exile, you'll just come back anyway. So you know that much. Then you're not people of this world either. And that one over there. The fragment of Seraph. The fact that you're a being who hasn't even manifested in this world yet has come to see me, which means something has already happened somewhere that violates the rules of the Quaffle. We came from the future. From a timeline where Irene Alter remains in your place. Irene. I see. So you already know how the script I wrote ends. The administration's about to face its final battle with Thurgron. And we need your mirror. You need it. You speak as if I would willingly cooperate. As you know, what has already happened cannot be changed. Even if we come to the past and borrow your mirror for a moment, it won't disrupt your plan. That's true. If you really did come from the future, then whatever decision I make here won't change the outcome. But it seems you still haven't overcome the obstacle that is Thurgron either. That's right. That's why we came here to find a solution. I understand. And why are you drawing your weapon as if you understand? No matter what circumstances you may have, as an apostle of Thurgron, I must protect this place. The weight of that fate that comes with being an apostle. You understand it as well as I do, don't you? Isn't that right, Valkyrie? Alright. Let's finish this quickly. Diana, doesn't it feel like the numbers of dolls we're facing has increased since earlier? It actually has. It seems the Soprano sonic attacks are tearing holes in the dimensional rift. And as expected, this won't be settled through a war of attrition. Everyone else, please protect the ship. Commander, what are you planning to do? The dolls aren't attacking us out of hostility like COs. They're moving according to orders. I tested their movement patterns in several ways just now. It seems their top priority is protecting the Sopranos. Which means the moment the large one is put in danger, the dolls will abandon everything else and rush towards whatever poses the greatest threat. That makes sense. Their distribution density is highest around the Sopranos. But even if we understand how the dolls operate, how are you planning to use that? It's simple. From this point on, I'll attack the Sopranos and become their greatest threat. Then the dolls will gather around the Sopranos, and in that moment the ship will unleash all its firepower at once. Is there even a way to break through that swarm and get over there in the first place? I'll open up a path. There's no need to push yourself, Jiso. I think Sion's sword is best suited for that role. Using my sword to throw the demon word right into the middle of the enemy lines. That doesn't sound like a bad proposal to me. I'm glad to have earned the trust of my juniors. Even if it's getting in succeeds, how are you planning to get back out afterwards? Getting out isn't part of the plan. What? Another rift forming! The dimensional tunnel structure stability has reached its collapse threshold! The tunnel's about to collapse! Let's begin. And excuse me. Wait, he made it near the Soprano, but isn't that too high up? I figured it would help getting a better view from above. If something happens, should I catch you from below? I'll be fine. Yeah. This view is better. He tore the Soprano's head off with sheer force. Watch out, they're all heading your way! What happened? Is he alive? I don't know, too many of them rushed in at once. I can't even see him anymore. Localized coalpha energy detected from the battlefield. Danger level rising rapidly. Everyone outside the ship, prepare for the aftershock. Move as far away from the dimensional rift as possible and take cover. Take cover? Where? Get behind me. Get behind me, you know? Yeah, fucking crazy shit. This vibration. Is the tunnel about to collapse? If the source is beyond the veil, we better hurry. Excuse me. My head. What was that just now? A nuclear explosion? The power seems similar, though it used a different kind of energy instead of nuclear fuel. Different energy? He just walked out like nothing happened. Was that explosion just now caused by you now, Yubi? Seeing that everyone's safe, it seems I adjusted the output appropriately. That was holding back? So that was the Demon Lord's power you possess. It would have been nice if you used it earlier. Why didn't you? The Demon Lord's power depends heavily on disorder beyond the reach of the rules in other words, coalpha energy. If I draw in more coalpha energy than necessary inside the dimensional tunnel, there's a risk the tunnel could expand. I thought the rifts of the army of Thuragon created recklessly during the battle might serve as energy outlets. Seems my assumption was correct. So the tunnel could have expanded and sent us all flying into the imaginary dimension. Is that something to laugh about? The dolls, they're pouring in again. They won't even give us a moment's rest. But at this scale, it shouldn't be a problem to keep advancing. The veil blocking the tunnel isn't far now. Right. Before Team Moon arrives, we need to clear that damn obstacle out of our way. Let's go. So we're gonna have Johan meet Juhan probably for like a moment. Be like, hi mom. The path reflected in the mirror. One who seeks to connect it. We find Swan, we're fighting Swan. Alright, so same as the last time. Only this time, we're using my own shit. Alright, let's see. Think we'll go with Sion, and we'll go with and then we'll go with the healer. It'll give you the thing, and then we'll go with money bags, and then we'll go with eeny, meeny, miny, Surya. The power of the mighty sun. Again, the ship. I keep forgetting these story missions. I'm used to them auto-selecting whatever fucking ship I'm doing these days. Alright, the power of the mighty sun commence. And we're going right into battle. Cool. Alright, so I'm gonna just let this auto. And I'm going to go and grab water quick. So I will be back in a few minutes. Or a minute or whatever. I'm imagining this battle's gonna be long done before I get back. Alright, well, as I thought, the battle was gonna be over before I came back. That's fine, though. Okay, let's see. Impressive. To think you destroyed weapons replicated by the mirror. Yeah. Last time we fought, it felt like being overwhelmed. I was being overwhelmed by my own sword in your hands. But this time I saw an opening. Even for a master of imitation. Instantly copying techniques you've never seen before must be difficult. Especially since this time you didn't even have a chance to study her in advance. Yeah, that would definitely make all the difference. Because even if you're an actor, you'll need to at least know what the fuck you're trying to imitate. I mean, you can improv and stuff, and improvisation is fine, but it doesn't always work in every single scenario here. I thought you just copied everything easily. Turns out you're actually the hardworking type. You're strong, and not even fighting at full strength. That means you still have enough left to face someone stronger than me. That's good enough. And since we won, we'll be taking the mirror. That won't be of any use. What? What do you mean it won't be of any use? The mirror you encountered so far is only an imitation of Panorama. It'll disappear before it can even function properly. Oh wait, this mirror is just a mirror reflected in another mirror? That's possible? The real panorama stored in a dimensional pocket inside the ship. But be careful. The subspace is part of Thurgon's domain, so even I don't know what dangers might be lurking in there. Working in there. As an apostle of a demon lord who doesn't... An apostle of a demon lord who doesn't even know what's inside the space created by her own master. So even after turning you into apostle, she never trusted you from the start. From the moment my heart was taken, I was only ever meant to be used and discarded. Even if Thurgon prepared a trap, we have no intention of backing down here. This all started because we intended to settle things with Thurgon in the first place. That look in your eyes. They resemble your sister's. What? You know her? Have you ever wondered why you're called the Wolf? Unlike us, who struggled just to obtain a single fragment, Tamil is the one who attained the Tree of Sephiroth herself. With the authority of that tree, she created rules and became a god. And she is also someone who repeats everything in order to obtain what she desires. You, the wolf, are the blank that contains her blank. What? With a blank condition to blank a B blank that devours the... Okay. I guess devours... Swan? What's wrong? Are you acting like this? Why are you acting like this all of a sudden? Remember, Wolf. Devour. But do not be devoured. That I knew, at least. Swan disappeared. Like she was never there in the first place. She's trying to tell me something, but I can't remember it. Awful interference. It must have been judged that the information she was trying to give you was unnecessary. Normally, we wouldn't just forget what she said. We would have forgotten her existence entirely. But since the presence of Seraph remains nearby, it seems the interference couldn't take effect immediately. What was she trying to say? Was unnecessary information for me? You got a lot on your mind, but we don't have time to linger. We need to return before the well collapses. Yeah. Oh, there's a mirror. There's the mirror. You're right, it's right in front of us. I thought the grotesque doll we saw at the well might appear again, but if it's this easy... See, you just had to say something. Yumina! Commander? Commander, hide! So this must be the trap she mentioned. Something's growing in a... Is that a thread? Where does it lead? Anyway, I'll cut it. Commander? Why are you stopping me? It's not my will. Get back! Oh, fun. You're fucking possessed. That's great. Mina! Yikes, I almost got split in half. Be careful, Noelle. Commander's being controlled right now. Cheap trick like this. What's going on? Physical force isn't working? Yumina, take Panorama and run! What are you talking about? How could I leave you behind? Mina! The fuck? Ah! Okay, what? I'm sorry, what the fuck just happened now? Flames all of a sudden? The flames just engulfed Commander. We have to help her! She's fine. As expected of Commander. Commander, what just happened? Those flames completely engulfed you just now. Don't worry, those flames were named at me in the first place. Huh? The thread that was binding you is gone. Could it have been because of those flames just now? It seems that way. If it wasn't Thorogound's doing, does that mean someone else was hiding here? Who knows? Whoever it was, the fact that they didn't reveal themselves probably means they were watching us from quite far away. Maybe. Maybe. Or I have another theory on what that could be, but anyway. At the edge of the cliff where I fell while clutching to a miracle, at last, salvation. The amplification tunnel's instability is approaching its critical threshold. At this rate, it'll collapse within minutes. They'll be back soon with what we need. All we can do is hope they secure the path from the inside before then. Plasma cannon, maximum output! Fire! The veil's weakened. Now! Huh? Facing this many opponents at once isn't easy. That beam of light just now. Did it come from the other side? No doubt about it. They're trying to open that wall. Then I need to hurry too. Ah! You cannot pass. A talking shadow? Where did you come from? My leg? I waited for an opening and struck your ankle. For someone who relies on a sword, being unable to move is a vital flaw, wouldn't you agree? What's going on? I definitely cut it! Just for a moment, but I saw someone on the other side! Sealed Strike definitely worked. The veil just regenerated instantly. If the attacks were stronger than before, it might open longer. Stay open longer. That's a problem. I already gave it everything I had. Doesn't look like it'll open easy. Demon Lord. Is there any way you can help out here? Hard to say. Right now, the amplification tunnel's is like a cave on the verge of collapse. If I strike it with my power here, the amplification tunnel will be barely connected will collapse. For now, the most reliable solution is something like Sion's sword. Cutting only space itself without placing strain on the dimensional surface. But if cutting speed and regeneration speed aren't the same, that won't mean anything. Unless we could somehow duplicate someone with Sion's ability. It's possible. Really? You could duplicate him with your powers, Demon Lord? I don't have that kind of ability. But if we try twice as hard, shouldn't that be enough? What kind of answer is that? I can't fully agree, but there is some logic to what you're saying. If there's no other way, we'll just keep trying until it works. You've done fairly well holding out this long, but you're still only human. Your limit is approaching. If all you can do is defend, wouldn't it be better to give up early and make things easier for yourself? All I can do is defend. You need to give me an opening so I can attack. You can't even move, yet you still talk big. Let's end this! Huh? This time, you weren't late. Master, you've done well making it this far, Johann. I'm proud of you. Wow. This is the first time I've ever heard you praise me like that, Master. Even in the future, you're still the same wonderful person. From here on, leave the defending to me and focus on attacking. This tunnel isn't stable enough for me to use my powers directly. Yes, understood. Entrusting the attacking to a swordsman who can't even run? Do you think I'd go down that easily? Yes. Yes, I do. Impossible. From that distance? Without even moving, you could still cut me? Of course. In a world where bullets fly everywhere, making a living with a sword isn't exactly easy, you know. That takes care of one troublesome opponent. You know what you need to do next? Leave the dolls to me. Then I'll leave the rest to you. Stop already. No matter how many times you cut it, it just returns to normal. This rate you'll collapse from exhaustion. There's no chance. No. To begin with, possibilities mean nothing until you succeed. And the moment you give up, even the faintest possibility disappears. But if you don't give up, possibilities will always... Huh? Just now, didn't the space split open before he even swung? Possibilities always exist. Right? Because where the heart leads, a path will always follow. The veil. It's splitting. I can't believe it. It's so bright. What's with that beam of light all of a sudden? That's the reflected light from Panorama. Looks like Team Moon succeeded in retrieving it. Now that both entrances are beginning to fall under Paranormal's influence, Irene will soon duplicate the amplification tunnel. Oh, comms are back online! Since the amplification tunnel has started operating normally again, looks like you succeeded in driving back their forces. From here, we'll proceed as planned and overload the well to open a hyperwave tunnel. Once it happens, the amplification tunnel will naturally close after fulfilling its role. So get ready to surface back into reality. Though, honestly, nothing to prepare. The Straw Whelps will take care of everything on their own. Wow. It's amazing. So that whole just don't give up mindset actually worked? I'm impressed. You did well, Seal. Now let's head back. The problem's been resolved. It's time we meet with Thurgron. I wonder if you saw your mom. The operation was a success. Soon everything will return to normal. Phew. Oh. Come to think of it, Hermina and Noelle's safe. Look at the state you're in, and you're worrying about others first? They're safe, so don't worry. Once the tunnel closes, the injury to your ankle will return to normal as well. That's a relief. We'll be heading back now. Won't you tell me to stay safe? I don't have the right to say something like that to you. Just as I thought. It's because of the dragon blood, isn't it? Didn't say anything because I thought you might make that kind of expression, but I've always known. If the day comes when I can't hold on anymore, you promised you'd stop me. Johann, I'm sorry doesn't suit you, Master. Even without guilt towards your apprentice, you're someone who still has many things to carry forward. As for me, I'm going to do my best to be happy for the time I've been given. So I made a promise to myself not to leave behind any regrets at the end. So, please don't make that kind of expression because of me. Show me the expression of the wonderful master who raised such a wonderful apprentice capable of overcoming even hardships like this. Alright. Come to think of it, earlier I saw a very handsome boy. In the distance. Warning, the amplification tunnel has reached its maintenance limit. In approximately 40 seconds, the amplification tunnel will close and all remaining personnel will be discharged through their entry points. He takes after you exactly. Even going through so many trials, he has the same strength of character to overcome all of them. So don't worry too much. You're right. Actually, I was worried the future I dreamt of might end up ruining the life of someone left behind with resentment. From now on, I guess I'll be carrying around the most unnecessary worry in the world. Yes, it really will become a very unnecessary worry. Instead of just staring like that, how about you give him a wave? He probably didn't come all this way to meet me on purpose. Would it still be alright? He was just scared. Even if he met you from the past, he wouldn't be able to acknowledge you. He was afraid you might treat him like a stranger. He may be composed, but in that regard, he's still just a child. Oh, come on, a child? When he looks that reliable? I'm not forcing you. Do as you wish. She's looking this way and smiling. She's too far away for me to hear her voice. Instead, with clear lip movements, she was delivering her message one word at a time. Hello, handsome. Thank you for coming to see me. Ha! That must have been a farewell addressed to me in the distant future, and a greeting sent to me in the near future. Ah, damn it, I was hoping that song would last a little longer. I got pretty close at the end. Team Boone, you all did great too. You made it back safely too, Sion. I'm glad. Sion, you look really happy. Me? Do I? Yeah, you're always smiling, but right now it feels like you seem lighter than before. Oh. Have you two gotten close enough to read each other's feelings just by looking at your face? What are you talking about? It's not like that! You all did well. After overcoming so many trials, you finally earned the chance to fight the Demon Lord on equal footing. Yeah, at last. We're going to destroy the source of that damn tree root swallowing this whole world. The coordinates we need to head have already been verified over 100 times. The margin of error is practically 0. These coordinates, they're different from where we found the bronze tree. I judge opening a direct path will be too dangerous. Unidentified energy is interfering, probably because it's a place directly under the Demon Lord's influence. Even so, at this distance, it should be manageable on foot. The problem is the Demon Lord will likely interfere while we're making our way there. Still, for now, taking a slight detour is our best option, right? Look up at the sky over there! Those are dimensional ships, aren't they? Are all of them heading into the tunnel? They're Ground 1 task forces that have joined under the administration's mobilization order. In the highest danger level with no guarantee of survivor, and no operational compensation was offered. Even so, this many still gathered? I thought everyone was busy protecting the city. Holding the front lines is important too, but someone has to head to the heart of the war and put an end to this slaughter. And the administration isn't the only one qualified to take on that role. Some of them are personally entangled with Demon Lord Theragon as well. Activate the Great Well designation coordinates. Ignore the maximum output setting and deploy a hyper tunnel all the way to the final destination. Overload output at 350%. 480. Passing 1,500. What? The measuring instruments have melted. We can't measure the overclock value anymore. Ignore it and keep increasing the output. Further recovery device activated. Deploying all reserved Alturium. The well is sinking. It's like the ground is melting. It's a spatial distortion phenomenon caused by the tunnels connecting. You can't see it, but time access is probably being distorted too. Is that okay? The well was basically the core body of the time machine. That time machine already fulfilled its role when it opened the gateway to the past. It won't be usable again. We won't need to use it again anyway. We only had one chance to make use of the amplification tunnel to begin with. It looks like a giant sinkhole leading to another world. Isekai! Oh wow, I was not thinking I was going to see that word in this. That does sound like a metaphor. It doesn't sound like a metaphor, it's basically the truth. Just like those in Isekai novels, where you have to go defeat the demon lord of that world before you return. The hyperwave tunnel has been successfully deployed. Since time has been converted into distance, I recommend using dimensional ships rather than traveling on foot. 2.5 seconds until Filter Meltdown. Filter Meltdown, that was close. Damn well, it drained all my blood. Even without blood, you're still alive. Just kill me. Shall we go, Mina? Let's go. To meet Thuragron. Oh, shit. Okay. See, Promised Land's residents, winter is like a nightmare, yet the wishes hanging from the tips of the golden branches make them wait for winter night that would one day come. So we have our potential another Avengers Assemble moment. I'll at least get a taste of Act 3. Let's do at least the first thing, just to see what the fuck is happening in the Promised Land now. As they choose to fight Alicia. That attack was pointless. You can't stop me with power clouded by such emotions. Gasp. Damn it, we failed again. Heading out? You're busy early in the morning. Yes. I have something I need to do. Something you need to do. Even in the Promised Land that grants every wish, you're still looking for something like that? My wish is here. But once I learned what price that wish required, I couldn't just settle for this. I felt like I had to do something. How curious. When you were enjoying your wish, your eyes looked hazy, as if you were dreaming. But now that you're trying to awake from that dream, there's life in them again. What if I end up regretting later that it would have been better to keep dreaming forever? You can think about later when it comes. The future can be dreamt about, but the present can't be replaced by one. I'll be going. Then shall we go pick some strawberries? Sure. Verification of the link between death and reoccurrence. 53rd attempt. Oh, damn, they've been doing it for that long, huh? You came alone today. I guess I did. What kind of story would you like to hear about the residents this time? I've already heard enough of those. Stories about who held a concert somewhere, who went flower viewing together. The little things really don't matter to me. So how about telling me yours this time? Mine? I see. You've taken an interest in pruning too, Miss Leah? Would you like me to teach you? Do I really need to learn that? It's just a matter of cutting branches. Of course. If you cut branches carelessly, you end up killing a perfectly healthy tree. Didn't you say before that you prune them to create a beautiful patch of shade when the sunlight filters through? That's right. That's why it's important to find the balance. Shaping it the way you want without killing it. Just like that woman who wanted her tree to bear the greatest fruit of its life. That woman? Aren't you happy living here? I don't know. If happiness needs not feeling any lacking, then I suppose I'm happy. If they could stay somewhere like this, where every day represents the same way, my mother and Clara could probably live happily forever. But if there's a price that has to be paid for it, then that changes things. At the very least, I don't want to chase my own happiness while turning away from this place. That price. I won't make excuses. It's true that nourishments are needed to maintain the Promised Land. Nutrients, whatever. Just like branches must be cut off for a tree to grow good fruit. Achieving the result you always want requires sacrificing something else. That sounds rather ominous. By branches that had to be cut. Do you mean the worlds that became nutrients for the Promised Land? Everything began with a single flower. While Demon Lord Thurigran followed Tamel's will, I remained behind in the darkness. Nothing more than a Demon Lord's weakness, forced to watch her from afar. Then one day, a single flower bloomed beside me. The next day, a tree had grown there. The day after that, a lake simmering with sunlight spread out before me. And by the time I could begin to feel the warmth of spring, the villagers I once knew and my sister had returned to my side. I understand. After being trapped in darkness for who knows how long, it must have truly felt special to have the world return to you. The Demon Lord only said this was the world a girl rightfully deserved to enjoy, and never spoke of what price had to be paid to create the Promised Land. And that girl never asked what that price was either. She simply enjoyed the Promised Land she had finally regained, accepting her kindness as it was. Thurigran's trying to make our world into nutrients for the Promised Land too, isn't she? The Promised Land is being complete. Each time it grows more nutrients. It's close to becoming a perfect world that no longer needs any more. I can't tell you everything just yet, but I'm certain your world will be the last. I think there are moments when everyone who had no choice anyone who had no choice but to act selfishly. And when that selfishness between people crosses paths, conflict becomes unavoidable. Do you wish to erase the Promised Land? It's just time to wake up from the dream. I like the sight of the sun setting, especially the way the scent of grass grows stronger at this time. It pulls my mind at ease, so I really don't know why, though. Someone will be coming to kill you soon, and the scent of grass is enough to put your mind at ease. Aren't you afraid? The Promised Land only grants my wish, as it always has. Is dying at Ecclesia's hands your wish because that death would be your way of atonement? Yes. And that atonement is nothing more than my own comfort, without any regard for how the other person feels. As you know, the real Ecclesia would never try to kill me. If you know that's a fake. And even knowing the real Alicia is trying to save you, then what means is they're dying to that fake? It wouldn't mean much for me to answer that question. If the Golden Tree's prophecy isn't wrong, then you'll eventually learn the truth yourself. The Golden Tree's prophecy? I'm sorry I'm late, Atora. Your pain won't be lost long. No, you're not too late. You always appear at the moment Adora wants you to. Who are you? Someone who intends to stop you from killing Adora. How foolish. Do you not know what that trial truly is? I do. A pitiful girl destined to become the Demon Lord and destroy Elysian after her sister's death. If you know all that, then why do you try to stop me? There is something I want to test. Test. What happens if you fail to kill her? You really are foolish. If that's truly your will. It's a claymore. Since you always appear in the same place, I hid it there in advance. What? You're unharmed? A Heligon, are you? You use curious tricks. However, I perceived that you had prepared sorcery through your subtle hand movement, and the current stirring along the ground. You reacted just from seeing me press the trigger switch? Then how about this? Avoiding a direct confrontation, relying on tricks instead. You won't get far. Wait, how are you closing the distance so fast? Damn it. I almost got caught in my own trap trying to lure you in. Still, with an explosion like that... What? The CRF focusing unit? That's right, I examined the weapon you're using, and it's not just a miniaturized railgun. It's a counter-specialized gear. In other words, a weapon designed so a Heligon can channel her power into it. I handled confiscated weapons like that before. But what's that have to do with me not going with you today, Miss Leia? From my experience fighting that thing so far, it's seen through all our movements. But that weapon can reach it even from far distances it can detect. Beyond the distances it can detect. I'll keep it pinned in one place as long as possible. You pour all the power you have into it and fire your strongest shot. My strongest shot. Even if I'm a Heligon, I don't know if I have the altitude to use that kind of power. If you fail, then try again. And if it's you, the one I know, I'm sure you can do it. Ugh. I didn't strike your heart. Your next answer will decide whether you live or die. Speak. Who guided you here? I was wrong. My consciousness is fading. Who urged you to protect Adora? I failed yet again. Minstrel of Elysium Philharmic. What did you say? We aren't stopping you under someone's orders. It's because Minstrel experiment corrupted us all. And the reason you must kill Adora as well. If you look back on it, isn't it because of the experiment she began? Mental printing. Yes. That research was the root of everything. Research that began when a blind person who can't even distinguish light from darkness came to admire the brightest being in the world. You were the problem from the very beginning, Your Eminence. You're... Nequita? Nequatal? A being who shone alone. Noble and strong. The experiment that began with the wish I might shape such a being with my own hands was doom music from the first movement, covered in repeat marks. Because the you I tried to imitate formed the start, was never a pure human. What are you saying? I'm not human. Ha! Both you and Menstrual were truly foolish. To think there could really be a Heligon that grows stronger through belief. Gaining power by remembering and worshipping by people. That's unmistakably a fairy's nature. My mind's spinning. What am I saying? Just now, did she call me Nequittal? When the mental printing research started, I happened to meet your father. You met my father, who disappeared 10 years ago? Yes. He was leading outsiders who had came from beyond the borders of Elysium. He hid his identity well, but I recognized him from his voice. Unchanged even after 20 years. After hearing that the leader of the outsiders was remarkably young, I arranged a meeting under the pretext of negotiating supplies and served him poisoned tea. He drained the cup without concern and recited the components of the poison, then asked after your well-being. He said to take good care of the girl who inherited his blood. For the first time, I began to wonder, is the reason mental printing technology couldn't perfectly replicate a Heligon was because she wasn't one to begin with? Perhaps all the effort I poured in over the years had simply been me dancing in the palm of one fairy's hand. But Minstrel didn't want to abandon everything she had achieved over such a small possibility. She kept telling herself that fairies were nothing but fiction, and that only her research could solve the coming calamity of the eternal winter. But the result was disastrous. It was my fault for allowing you to continue, Niquittle. Blaming yourself won't change anything. That's right. Nothing can undo what has already happened. What we need is not regret, but resolve. So I will stop the girl destined to become the Demon Lord, with my own hands. Mistral. You've been quiet ever since we came to the Promised Land. What on earth are you talking about? What do you mean by fairies? I'm simply speaking about something that might interest Her Eminence more than killing us. But that isn't what's important to you right now. At this point, haven't we bought enough time? What? Ecclesia! Did you finally kill the bitch? Regularity Osmoff sought to prove whether beings like us, weapons without will, could be given a fate as well. Huh. So Moore's form is making a comeback now? Interesting. Also, finally, I completed this fucking piece of shit. Anyway. Alright. Well, that was interesting. I'm liking how the story's kind of going. So, you're telling me Ecclesia's a fairy? Huh! That makes it's interesting on a few levels. But either way. Alright, it was a little on Prov 2 stream here. In terms of my timing. I did want to technically do this earlier, but it's okay. Excuse me. We did complete Act 2, got a little taste of Act 3. And assuming I don't sleep in tomorrow, we'll probably continue a little bit of Act 3. And then we'll do Total War Warhammer. That is the plan anyway, we'll see what the fuck happens. Either way. I do appreciate you peoples for coming by, saying hello at least, looking at the good times and the good shit. It's only gonna be so long before this game ends, and I'm committing to finishing it before I touch base on other shit I used to stream, just in case people were wondering. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. We're gonna see what the fuck happens. That said, thanks people for coming by, at least saying hello. I do appreciate it. You guys have a good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever goddamn times you guys are in. And we'll see you all again next time, whenever the hell I stream. So bye-bye, have a wonderful time, we'll see you later.